So this is the latest project from rapper Milo under the name Scallops Hotel. Yeah, it's similar in style, though I will say it's a little more direct in some places in terms of the lyrics. But what you're getting here is very abstract hip hop with a lot of wordiness, a lot of references you might not get. Not even in like, you won't get it at first. You might not ever get them. I mean, this is the kind of stuff the genius was made for. But yeah, I personally like Milo a lot. I feel like he has a lot of personality, stuff like that. I've generally enjoyed him. But with this new project here, we do get some of the things that I like. For one, his wordiness and his references continue to be entertaining, even if, after the sixth freaking listen, I don't quite get what he means by something. But still, I enjoyed listening to him and just his Miloisms on this Scallops Hotel project. There's also some pretty nice sounds in some of these instrumentals. We're getting some nice hard-hitting songs, some pretty jazzy beats as well. But I do have quite a few complaints about it. For one, the mixing feels really off on this project. I can't quite put my finger on it, but the mixing, particularly on the vocals, is really just weak. Like at times I can't hear him, at times I can. I'm not a big fan of that. Also, there's not a lot of song structure on this album at all, and a lot of the songs as a result kind of blur together. Like there's no standout tracks because they just come and go so quickly without developing into anything. They're just these one-off verses, and then Milo does some sort of outro, and then the song's over. A little bit more structure, maybe some hooks, or even just putting in some more verses together would have done wonders for this album, I think, especially since it's so short. Also, there's another Young Man feature on this album, and Young Man was on Milo's last, like his Milo album, not his last Scallops Hotel album. And I didn't really understand what that guy was supposed to be. Was he like a parody of rappers? No, I didn't get it. And at this point, I really think it has to be a parody. It really has to be, because they're just so different in style. I don't. If it isn't a parody, what's the appeal of putting that on your album? It's not very entertaining. The young man raps like he's some freaking epic rap annals of history character. Like there's not much to what's happening there. There's just so many effects and mumbled refrains, and that actually feels like it takes up a bulk of the album, which they're Miloisms. Generally, I don't mind them, but it's a majority of the album. It feels like the moments where Milo is actually rapping are very few and far between on this project. It almost meanders and just indulges in everything that Milo wants to do rather than taking the time to craft something, which is fine. I like that it's a bit self-indulgent at times, but it really just gets ahead of itself. So yeah, as a whole, it's really just Milo's personality that keeps this thing afloat for me personally, but still, it's enjoyable. There's a lot of Miloisms in a good way and in a very bad way, as this thing just meanders from short snippet to short snippet. It's a 65 out of 100 for me.